like you're down here in the lee of this hay bale. It's not windy, but I'll take it. I'm not complaining, Spring is coming. It is right now Monday, the 16th of March, 2026. Back up into the wind, here we go. It was over 70 degrees yesterday. Let's see what the weather's like today. Whew, it is Wednesday, the 18th of March, and the wind stopped. We got blue sky. The temperature is still pretty cold, but it's going to warm up into the 30s today. And the whole thing with the weather is nothing is ever permanent with the weather. But in our emotional lives, in the things we're struggling with, it always feels like, oh, this bad thing is going to last forever, right? Nope. And the good thing? Nope. It's all in flux. Things move through, things shift, things change. And that's a good thing. Just a thought on a Wednesday morning. And here we are, first day of spring, 2026. What a pleasant thing this is. Hi, everybody. Ay, ay, ay. There was a hay pile there yesterday. All right, time for chores. Hey, Mark Shepard here, Healing Pastures, the Farm Church, and today's service, Chip, is all about patience and snow. And yeah, I have a lot to talk about, but I don't know if this is the right place or the time. We'll see. And it was a pretty intense week. Something theoretically bad happened that I am working very diligently to turn into a blessing. I'll give it a shot here. I don't know if this is too much. It might take too long, and it's kind of miserable out here right now. But I don't know. I don't know how to even begin. I got scammed. I got scammed out of all of my Bitcoin. Bitcoin that I had hodled, and that means hold on for dear life. Bitcoin that I had held and dollar cost averaged into since 2017. It could be pretty devastating. It was my retirement. It was kind of my ace in the hole in case things went bad at the farm here, or in case I needed, emergency funds, or in case I needed to buy some equipment or some animals or fencing or hire somebody. It was my reservoir, my reserve, my life savings, essentially. And the thing is, it started out weeks ago. These guys have been stalking me. And it started out weeks ago with what seemed like a helpful call from somebody at Google saying that, or at Gmail saying that some guy in Germany had hacked into one of my Gmail accounts, they helped me to fix it. They helped me to secure my account, right? And everything seemed to be fine. You know, all they had me do was change my password. Well, that was a scam. That was a spoof. It was a Gmail website spoof. And I don't know if they recorded my new password or what. But Monday night I got a call, and here's the problem. I've been in the process of attempting to sign up for this company called Strike, which enables you to literally manage your whole world with Bitcoin. And they just were finally approved in New York State. And I had attempted to sign up for them a year ago when I first really heard about them, but they weren't approved yet in New York State, so it didn't go through. But somehow these guys were monitoring my email. In the process of signing up for Strike this past week, I ran into a snag. I don't know if something timed out or whatever, so I had requested a support call. And Monday night, I was actually watching Jack Mallers, the founder of Strike, on his podcast. He does a Monday night podcast at 6 p.m. Eastern every Monday. And I was watching him, right? And I was expecting a call, and I got a call from Strike. And it was the same thing where some guy in Germany, I think it was the same guy in Germany, was trying to get at my Bitcoin. And so this guy basically was like, you know, don't worry about it. I'm here to help you secure your account. And I immediately went into panic, into fear that somebody was trying to hack me. And the other thing I had done wrong is I had bought a hard wallet on Amazon, and I think these guys sell hard wallets on Amazon so they can figure out who has the hard wallets and who has the Bitcoin, because he seemed to know I had a Treasure, which is a hard wallet. And long story short, I freaked out. He calmed me down, got me to slow down. It's okay, Mark. I do this all the time. Just take some slow, deep breaths. And we can secure your account with your API code or whatever the hell that was. I didn't know what that was. He goes, well, alternatively, we could secure your account with your keys. And he said it so matter-of-factly. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you my keys. But he was very calm, and he basically eventually convinced me to put my freaking keys in the website. Oh, no, the website doesn't hold on to it. It's just to secure your account. Gone. My Bitcoin's gone. 10 years. 10 years of work, 10 years of sweat, 10 years of my labor, 10 years of saving, 10 years of patience, 10 years of riding it up to 20 and back down to 3, riding it up to 60 and back down to 20, riding it up to 126 and back down to 70. And there's a lot of positive takeaways because no one was hurt. I was living, hadn't touched it because I didn't want to sell it because that would have had tax implications. So there's a lot of positive. And the other thing is I was doing a lot of deep work around being kinder to myself, because all my life I've kind of been mean to myself. Whenever I make a little mistake, I just get mad at myself. And so for me, it's like when you make a big shift, the universe sends a test, right? If you start trying to change your poverty consciousness and become abundance and prosperity conscious, you will be tested, right? And so I have been sorely tested this week, and I'm doing okay. Had a few moments earlier this morning when I started feeling really sad and a little bit discouraged, but for me, the bottom line is I have a viable farm. I have 5 contracts for solar places. I have enough to live on. I love what I do. I love my animals. I have enough food in the freezers for probably a year, and it's going to be okay. And I'm going to get right back in there. Going to finish setting up my account with Strike, and I'm going to start dollar cost averaging again. Sadder, perhaps, but wiser. And the thing is, people, we are being stalked by scammers. So if somebody calls you from Gmail, it's a scam. Gmail does not call people, right? The thing is, they'll also send an email, and they look very legitimate. These guys have all the tools to spoof a website, and they made a fake website that looked exactly like Strike. And, you know, I tried to see something wrong with it. I was so deep in panic, and this guy essentially used it. And the thing is, when you get into panic and then someone starts guiding you or helping you, it's a trance state. And I was deep in trance, and I'm highly suggestible. And as a professional hypnotherapist, a professional trainer of hypnotists and hypnotherapists, I fell for it. And I since have talked to my son, and he had a friend, the exact same thing happened. It starts with a Google thing. It starts with a Gmail. Your email might have been compromised. So do not stay on the phone with those people. Get off the phone and then go directly to the Gmail official website and check it. What they had me do when they were securing my Gmail account was they had me change my password. So essentially they got access to my email. So they've been monitoring my email. So they knew everything about me, which is very scary. And I'm out on the web. I'm trying to get my music out in the world. I'm trying to give something back to the world with these videos, trying to inspire and motivate and encourage people in these times which seem quite dark and confusing, that there is hope, that there are good people in the world, people who you want to be in community with. And so I refuse to stoop to the scammer's level. I refuse to let it ruin my life, or I'm not going to waste any energy on being mad or upset. Sad, yeah, a little sad. Frustrated, yeah, a little frustrated. But the bottom line is I'm not mad at myself. I didn't beat myself up. And this can happen to anybody. And it is happening to people all over. And so we're in a new technologically intense stage in our world. Just be careful out there, okay? If you have any suspicions at all, just get off the phone with those people and go to the official website of who they say they are, right? Go to the official website. Don't take their email. Don't click their link. You know, don't follow their instructions. Particularly if they say, I'm here to help you secure your account. And when they tell you, you know, someone's trying to hack into you, it's like a whole bunch of panic went through. This was my life savings. And the money, the regular money we have, the fiat money, is becoming worth less and less and less and less. Worldwide food prices went up 35% last year. And there's wars all over the place. There's a lot of stuff that are threatening everybody. The thing is to not get pulled down by it. Keep your spirit bright. Keep your hopes high. Keep your heart open. And I signed up with a company called Aura.com, A-U-R-A. They are not a sponsor. And I just signed up with them, but they help you secure your ID online. You might want to check them out. They seem to be highly reviewed. But again, this is not a recommendation. They're not sponsors. But there are things we can do. And if you've been thinking about securing your ID online, it might be a good time. The other thing they suggested is that you do change your passwords on your bank accounts, on your email, like every 6 months, which I know is a pain. But they actually provide some insurance against online scammers, and that would have been helpful to have. So another thing, because there's so much artificial intelligence, and somebody could make a video that looks just like me, right? and they could have that, that AI, like, call somebody that I know and ask them for money. Hey, it's Mark, right? I will never call you for money. So if I call you and ask you for money, it is AI. So the thing is, in your family, and I think this was a good suggestion from the Aura guy, you want to have some kind of word that only your family knows, right? And then if you're suspicious that someone who looks like someone you're related to or someone you know is asking you for money in an emergency, ask them what the secret word is, and that will help keep you safe. So hopefully that's helpful. I think that's enough. 14 minutes. Hopefully it's not too long. But the bottom line is, people, we need to take care of each other. We need to take care of each other, and we need to educate ourselves. And I know it takes time, and I know it's a pain. I did everything else right. The other thing is, if you do have Bitcoin and you get a hardware wallet, get it directly from the manufacturer. I have a suspicion that when I bought my hardware wallet on Amazon, that these guys have an Amazon store, and they somehow monitor who is buying a hard wallet. Because pretty much, if you're buying a hard wallet, you have crypto. And you don't want to keep your crypto on an exchange, right? You don't want to keep a lot of crypto in a hot wallet. I had the Exodus wallet for 10 years and never had a problem. But the word on the street is those aren't as safe as a cold wallet, a hardware wallet. So if you're not into Bitcoin or crypto, none of this makes sense to you, but you're still vulnerable. I came home one day and my dad was in the process of being scammed. He was on the phone. He was about to give them his credit card number. It was some Amazon.com package exchange thing. And, there's all kinds of scams, and they change all the time. The other thing this guy said is people are often targeted more than once. So they'll come back a couple years later. So I don't like saying this. I don't like thinking about it. But we need to be safe, people. We need to be safe, all right? So I love you guys out there. It's going to work out better than we can possibly imagine. I know it's going to work out better than I can possibly imagine. I'm focusing my mind on generating 10 times what I lost through providing service to other human beings and doing what I love to do, which is to take care of these animals and to be out here doing something that feels real. It's not digital, it's analog. So that's it. Spike and Luna say hello. In reality, I'm gonna share a song called "The Boats Are Burning." And Alexander the Great, when he got to Persia, modern day Iran, when he got to Persia, he had his soldiers burn the boats. And he said, "We are going home in Persian boats. We have no choice but to move forward and to succeed and to survive and thrive and to conquer. So may you move forward. Got nothing to lose. Time to move forward. Time to move forward." All right? So educate yourself, folks. Learn about Bitcoin. It's going to be the money of the future. There's nothing else as good as Bitcoin, and it's the best money in the history of the human race. And it's only a matter of time till this paper money, this fiat stuff, is worthless. So I'm not a fearmonger, but I do read a lot and I study a lot. Educate yourself, all right? Take good care. Here's the song, and I'll see you after the song.
I wish that I could tell you what you wanted to hear. I wish that I could tell you there's nothing to fear, but we don't have time to argue anymore, because the boats are burning on the shore. You can choose to think the thoughts you've always thought to think. You can medicate the pain with something strong to drink, but it won't drown out the wolves howling at your door, because the boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning, there is no turning back. The boats are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore. I don't have time to explain it all to you, or to take classes in your school of fools. I'm playing by a brand new set of rules, because the boats are burning on the shore. This is not a drill, it's either kill or be killed. We'll either stand or fall, but there's no one else to call. So lead or follow, or get the hell out of the way, because the boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning, there is no turning back. The boats are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore. Are burning on the shore. Your life is calling, stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore. Sometimes you have to do what no one else has done. Sometimes you have to walk when you would much rather run. Look away if you want to, or stare into the sun, because the boats are burning on the shore. Our backs are to the sea, and there's nowhere else to flee. So we must move forward ever more fiercely. You can see what you wanna see, or face reality, because the boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning, there is no turning back. Stop stalling and attack. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore. The boats are burning on the shore.
Thanks for listening to the song. Man, we had some really windy weather this week. It was crazy. And the dogs and the sheep are doing fine. Everybody's healthy, which is not the way it was last year. And in fact, this whole Bitcoin thing, way easier to take than my sheep dying last year. You know, I lost a lot of sheep. That was hard. It was heartbreaking. But when we get through the hard times, we have something valuable inside ourselves. So I want you to focus on that, because we all struggle with this kind of thing. We all have days, we have times when it's just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe I did that, or I can't believe this happened, or just shit happens sometimes. You know, we live on a planet of hard things. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for hanging in there. If you like this, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, a comment, a little word of encouragement. Would go quite a long ways right now, and I'd appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, okay? All right, I'm gonna head home. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Why does it work out better than we can possibly imagine? Ask yourself positive why and how questions when you're having a struggle, all right? Try it. It actually works. Keep your unconscious mind focused on hope, possibilities, strength, health, wealth, prosperity, love, all the good things, all right? Okay, I'm out of here. Peace, love, and grooviness. Boom. Amen.